How do you want to start this thing? Like, I know talking about ourselves and whatnot, but it's on a cold intro. It's always awkward, weird.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Textbook.
Yeah, good start.
Yep, that
Yeah,
happened.
man.
That
That's
happened.
what
All
happens
right.
when you miss a letter in the spelling. You miss it. You jump straight to the X over
Yeah.
the E.
Hey, socials are important.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
All right. Yeah. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Textbook Sports. My name's Chris.
I'm Ty.
We're here to talk a little bit about football. So, what do we have on the agenda today, Ty?
I guess we can get into key storylines, what you're looking forward to in the 2025-2026 NFL season. But before we jump into that, we should probably let the people know who we are.
All right. Yeah, my name's Chris Nyman, and Ty here. We both went to Kent State, home of the Golden Flashes.
AKA the worst football team in America.
Hey, we're gonna fix that with college football 2026. Okay,
I got four
the
national
more people that
championships.
play with them, they get some money. Okay, we're gonna change that. Uh, but yeah, we both have degrees from Kent in the journalism sports field. It's all going to be fun and games here, though. We don't take ourselves too serious. We're also not going to be here for 2 hours. All right,
No.
short little clips here. Okay, here for your fun. So, with that being said, let's kick right into it. Football. All right. Some of the favorite storylines right now across the nation. We're both from the Ohio area. We know the Cleveland Browns very well. There is a media storm around this QB room and the decisions that have been made by their head coach. Um, so what are your thoughts on that? And then I'll go.
I have too many thoughts. We both know between you and I, so we'll let the people know my Browns fandom is much stronger than yours, even though you're from Northeast Ohio as well. I'm actually a Browns fan. So I do have rooting interest, but I'm able to separate myself, and I will say that there's one QB in the room that I wanted it all along. Well, two. Joe Flacco, Shador Sanders. Those are the two I wanted all along. And, when we were talking throughout the offseason, that's where I honed in on. Um, I don't mind the addition of Dylan Gabriel, who was drafted before Shador. Adding Huntley is just a body. I think any conversation about Huntley is just stupid rhetoric for clicks. We all know what that's for, just due to injuries. The one thing I do not understand, and the one thing I believe your Eagles, your team, got away with is getting something back for Kenny Pickett, and why Kenny Pickett is being considered in this race as a starter baffles me. I don't. I think there's a large enough sample size on Kenny Pickett to exclude him from that. But
Yeah.
it's a mess. You got six guys in the room. You include Deshaun Watson. You got six guys in the room. It lacks credibility, it lacks depth, and it just shows that how lost this front office truly is. That's just my take on that. What are you feeling, Chris?
Yeah. Yeah, they're not in that happy baby position. So yeah, my take on the whole Browns situation. Um I I understand Kevin Stefanski has won 2 Coach of the Year awards. I understand that he is highly regarded among NFL guys, but I don't see him as I barely see him as an average head coach. If you take away the new head coaches, so you have what, like 8 head coaches that are relatively early in their coaching career, first, second year. You take those 8 away, of the next 24, he's like 20th. There is probably, well, maybe not 20th, but he's probably like 18th or 19th. Like there's only 5 or 6 head coaches that I'm like, he is definitively over. Like I truthfully believe he is given way too long of a leash. I I don't think that it is all his fault. I think that Andrew Barry also has quite a bit of an issue here. But there's much to be said with the fact that Stefanski just he's been a part of the decision making. And the state of the Browns is not where it should be. I also think that, the whole Browns organization is a little bit of a train wreck.
Always
But
has
I
been.
think that Stefanski should be on the hot seat a lot more than he currently is. So, with that being said, do you have any other candidates that are uh, ripe for the hot seat?
Ooh, when I look around the league, to be honest, I Dable, with the Giants, I think
Fuck yeah.
he's similar to Stefanski in that regard, where he took that high rise, led a very efficient offense as a coordinator, but as a head coach, it just hasn't been there for me. And the Giants are in a very similar situation to the Browns, where they just don't have it figured out. But the Giants have garnered more success recently than the Browns have, when you look over the past 20 years or so. But I think Dable's a head coach has been a bit underwhelming for me. Um,
Let me just kind of start spitballing. I'll
yeah,
throw
yeah,
out
throw some
some
at me.
names. You tell
Yeah.
me whether you believe they should be on the hot seat
All
or
right, let's do
not.
it.
So, Mike McDaniels. Do you think that Mike McDaniels should be on the hot seat in Miami?
No, the seat's getting warmer, but hot seat no.
No? Okay. All right, let's see. Shane Steichen in Indianapolis.
Same as McDaniel's. I think it's getting warmer, but it needs another year. So I wouldn't consider it a hot seat yet. But he's trending in the wrong direction.
See, I believe that he had a lot to do with the Anthony Richardson drafting, and that has been a train wreck.
Yeah.
So I would say that if AR doesn't step up this year, I truly believe that Steichen is out the door. And same with his, Philadelphia counterpart Jonathan Gannon in Arizona. I
Yeah. I think
I
Arizona.
both of them left Philadelphia after that Super Bowl and just have not been able to get traction. All right, so I think one last one before we move on is going to be one that we both agree on and we both have a similar
Yeah.
opinion on. But I know the fan base has been screaming about this for about 3 years. Mike Tomlin.
Safe. Nowhere near the hot seat. You'd be stupid.
See, I know, I agree, but the fan base in
Spoiled.
Pittsburgh is, they are spoiled. They are.
Well,
Do you think that Rooney will ever just cave in and be like, "Hey, 10-7 ain't good enough. 9-8 ain't good enough."
I think as soon as he breaks that winning season, I think he would probably be gone, especially recently. The way things have been going, because they've been barely just scraping by with that 9-win, 10-win season. But I will say the Rooney family and the GM have not done a great job of providing offensive talent for Mike Tomlin. That defense has been carrying them forever. And when you talk about these other jobs that we've been looking at, that Browns job, that Giants job, there's some nice weapons there. I What Mike Tomlin's been squeezing out 9 wins with these past few years, he might bring Super Bowls out of some of these other teams.
Yeah, for
If you want
sure.
to be honest about it.
Oh, he is an incredible coach that would be scooped up the
Yeah,
next day.
absolutely scooped up the next day. I think to have that sort of longevity in the NFL, where it's like, yeah, this guy doesn't have a losing season. How many teams would sign up for that right now? As a Browns fan, I would. I'd sign up for that.
Right. I
I know
agree.
everyone's goals Super Bowl, but only
Yeah.
one team gets there a year. So you're telling me instead of going 3-14, 5-win season, we get to 7, we have some hope. I'm consistently going to win 9. I'll take that. I'll take that. After years of being
I
god
agree.
awful,
Yeah.
You're competitive.
Yeah.
You know that's the thing with the Steelers. You always know it's going to be a competitive game. They're never going to show up and lay down. That's just like flat out. A Mike Tomlin team does not show up and lay down.
All right, so dark horse hot seat, and the last one that I want to say, just because I'm an Eagles fan, Brian Schottenheimer is going to be a one and done coach.
I don't even know who he
I
coaches for.
truly believe that Jerry Jones is just because
Oh,
he's
that makes sense.
such a
Cowboys.
terrible owner. And yeah, I'm letting my Eagles fandom show here. He's a terrible owner, and he is going to screw it up again. And I mean, not saying Brian Schottenheimer's a great coach or anything. He's got the pedigree, though. He does have the pedigree.
You know the family name.
Uh, so I truly believe Jerry Jones is gonna be like, oh, we went 5-12, and you know, I'm not paying my players. I'm not making anybody happy, but I don't care. This is on you. This ain't on me. That's how Jerry Jones is gonna play it. I think Brian Schottenheimer's gonna end up being one and done.
Yeah,
That's my hot take for the day.
yeah. No, I agree. Jerry's so reactionary as well when it comes to
Yeah.
coaches and things of that nature.
Especially with the
Yeah,
media.
with the media.
Especially with the
Yeah,
media.
I mean, anything beyond having to pay players fairly, Jerry Jones is reactionary too. But he will try to hold off on paying guys if he can, and it ends up costing more money in the long run. I think every time when he holds out, when you think about paying Dak, um, he ran out of options. He was exhausted. If he would have tried to negotiate the year prior and there were options in that QB market, you're looking at a different story. But he waited a year, and then all the options were exhausted. Guys got signed. The guys you're kind of holding out for to compete with Dak are gone, and you're like, well, either we go rookie or we give Dak this money. And it's not nearly as bad as what the Giants did with Daniel Jones, but sometimes waiting too long can screw you because that number only goes up as more guys in that position get signed. Um, so sometimes I don't understand the hesitancy. Sometimes it's better to set the market in a way, knowing that, hey, we're looking around, these other guys are about to get paid. If we set the market here, there's 3 other teams that are going to pay, go over that threshold essentially to keep their guy happy because we know we're better than that guy, and that's what we're bringing to the table. So it's a giant game when it comes to that, and I'm sure there's a lot of analytic guys that are a lot smarter than I am and better at spreadsheets than I am to answer that stuff. But Jerry's so reactionary. I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly, when you said Brian Schottenheimer, I didn't even realize he was a head coach at the time because I am so just like done with the Cowboys and in their BS.
There's 8 head coaches. There are 8 head coaches in this league that I can probably name the team. Let's play that game. I'm going to name a team, and you're going to name the head coach. Okay. So we'll give you a couple easy ones. So how about Jacksonville? Can you name Jacksonville's head coach?
You see something. I want to say Doug Penderson, but I think he's gone.
No, it's Doug Peterson is gone.
Yeah, Doug Peterson's gone.
It is Duval Liam Cohen.
I thought Liam Cohen was the GM. Or no, they have a young GM. What's his name?
GMs are not my.
Yeah, they have a young GM. He's from John Carroll. That whole front end is really young. Okay, yeah, I would never guess Liam Cohen. So there's that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Carolina Panthers.
Oh, that's another team that just turns things over so fast. I'm gonna give that a pass.
Yeah.
Who? I'm gonna learn that tomorrow when the Browns play him. But who?
I don't even know this guy, but he's actually been there. This is his second year. Dave Canales? I can't even pronounce the dude's last name.
Yep, no clue who he is. No clue.
Yeah, no idea whatsoever. All right. I think you'll get this one. New York Jets.
Oh yeah, it's Aaron Glenn. I'm looking.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to Aaron
it is.
Glenn being there. I don't think much is going to change from last year to this year, but I look forward to seeing what he can do.
Well, with reports of Justin Fields, it's not great. Tennessee Titans.
Oh, is it still
This is his second
Yeah, it
year.
was the Browns offensive line coach. It's his son. A former offensive line coach.
Yes. Yes.
Callahan is the last name. So I know
Yep.
Bill. I know his father.
You know Bill Callahan. It's his son. I believe it's his son, Brian.
Brian. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, Brian. I knew it was a
Yes. So
Callahan.
you
I knew.
knew
I
it.
just
You
the
knew
first
it.
name. And yeah, but I knew it was a Callahan. So because it hurt, and the Browns offensive line definitely suffered big time with his departure. So yeah, Callahan, and I look forward to the
Oh yeah,
Titans.
because didn't Bill like go to Tennessee to work with his
Yeah,
son?
and the Browns offensive line deteriorated very fast. And I think with his work and now Cam Ward, I think the Titans might be able to do something nice.
Dennis Allen is no longer with New Orleans.
Oh, cool.
Do you know who is?
No,
I'll give you a hint. He just won a Super Bowl.
as a player, like as no.
No.
Also, he has to be a coordinator from a championship team in the past, like as in last season or the past 2 years. So it's it's got to be Eagles coordinator if it's from last season. Um,
Are we gonna start busting out the Jeopardy theme?
yeah, no, don't do that. Just let me know. I don't know. I don't know.
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore.
Kellen
Yeah,
Moore.
see, that's what threw me off because I 100% expected him to be in the running for the Cowboys job, and there's some
Yeah. Yeah.
animosity
Because
there.
he was an
Yeah,
OC
he's no
there.
seed
He was an
there, so
OC there.
I think my brain won't connect that because in my mind, once that Cowboys job
Yep.
opened up, I was like, oh, it's Kellen Moore. Like I didn't think twice about it, and
Yeah.
my brain just doesn't care enough to.
They ended up going shoddy.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. Seattle. Who is Seattle's head coach?
Oof. I knew this for a bit. Now that I'm on the spot, I don't remember a damn thing. Um, he was. Oh wait, he was a former Michigan defense coordinator. I know this guy.
Oh, you got me on that one. I don't know
Yeah, it's
that.
my guy. Michigan. He was Michigan's defense coordinator. Worked under Harbaugh. I can't remember his name, but when Michigan won the national championship, he was their defensive coordinator. Um, give me that name.
Mike
Mike
McDonald.
O'Donnell. Yep, there we go. He's a real one. I like him a lot. I think they might be stuck with that QB position. Hopefully Darnold can repeat, but adding Cooper Cup was nice.
All right. So I think that we are approaching the end here. With that being said, I think today was a lot of fun. I think we touched on a lot of good topics. Even played a game.
Yeah.
Maybe we make that a weekly thing. I like the
Yeah, I
game.
like that. So yeah, test me.
You
Keep
know,
my
maybe
mind sharp.
we'll bust out some. Maybe next time we'll bust out some
Yeah,
chalkboards
let's do that.
and
Yeah, we
and figure that
keep our
out.
mind sharp. I like that.
All right. With that being said, the books are closed, and that was textbook sports. Have a good night, guys. Be safe.